Okay friends, so today we have on topic 2 and we are going to see the options in project. Okay, so what are the different sort of options? There are general, display, schedule, proofing, save, language, advanced, custom ribbon, quick access toolbar, add-in, center. Okay, so we'll just cover which are more important. Okay, more important: general, display, schedule, and advanced. These are the more major things. Okay, rest are the same, which is like the custom ribbon, quick taskbar, access bar, which is same like Excel or Word you have. Okay, so let's see what's in general. So general type, you have user interface, screen display, type, show features, display screen tips. Project view default is Gantt chart view. You can select different views are there. Once you get to know what are different sort of view, you'll get idea. Okay, so by default it's a Gantt chart timeline. So this is, here we can say this is Gantt chart and task. So this is a default view. Date format, you can this default is this. You have to change. You can change the date format. Okay, username by default your machine name it will pick up. So you can change your name. You can up to you. Initials, background, you can say different options here. Theme, you have to say white, gray, etc. Show the start screen when the application starts. So these are all basic general. So no one change that except your name. Okay, and date format. So let's say display. The default calendar, there are different calendar types. The default is Gregorian calendar. Also currency options. Okay, and this is by default my project 1. So you can say project 1. So default project 1 MPP is map. Okay, so either you can create a different common MPP and that MPP you can map here. Okay, so for that MPP whatever currencies are mentioned, that will take here by default. Okay, so symbol is by default dollar. So if you want to change rupees, you can say rupees, and here you can say INR for Indian example. Okay, so as per your currencies you can change the things. So I have changed for rupees for Indian, and R if it is R, so I'll just change with rupees. Okay, so this way you can change currency, different types. Okay, then you have resource assignment, show indicator, and option button. So resource assignment, edit work, duration, edit start, finish date, deletion. So by default whatever you have, see, you can see here default start, duration, etc. So these are these things. So default it will show. If you want to hide, it will get hidden. Okay, entry bar also there. Default it is not there. I'll show what is entry bar. If I say entry bar and see, okay, so this is nothing but entry bar. Okay, so whatever you type here, okay, this is same Excel, we have the entry bar, this is same bar. Okay, so so that's entry bar. Okay, now we have the schedule, which is more important. So calendar option for this project is same thing, default project. Week starts on Sunday by default. You can check as per your this thing. Fiscal start here January, default start time and end time. So 8 AM and 5 PM is default. You can change as per your time schedules. Okay, hours per day 8 hours. So 8 into 5 days week, so it is 40 hours, and days per month 20. So all are default. You can change timings and hours. If then changes in hour, you can change that also. Okay, so this is nothing but all are by default. You can customize and you can click on OK. So for that project it will be applicable. Okay, so now show schedule message. Okay, here we have show assignment units. So by default your units are in percentage. Okay, so now scheduling option for this project. So new task. So by default new task will be manual. It's not auto. I'll show you the example how it is. Auto schedule task scheduled on the project start date. Okay, so assuming, let's say I'll show you the example. Now this is, if you say icon, this is my say task 1. Okay, so here it is not taking any duration and start date because this is manual. Okay, so we say by default manual, and if I make it auto, I can say right click or say auto schedule. So what happened, it taken the by default 1 day, and as per my project start date it has taken the start date and finish date. So these are the changes if you do it auto. So and by default manual. Okay, sorry, schedule. So new task is by default manually scheduled. So if I say auto, so by default it will become auto, and if we put 1 day, if a task by default will be a 1 day task, and it will take start date and finish date as per your project start date, which you mentioned at the start. Okay, so that's that. Duration in days, by default days. Okay, so by default if you see, it's by default it's a days. Work in enter, by default it's an hour, and default task types are fixed unit, fixed duration, and fixed work. So fixed unit and units are fixed in this case. If you want to, default task is fixed unit. You can change it by fixed duration or fixed work. Okay, we'll come to this all in detail when we come to the in scheduling. Okay, we'll give a detailed idea how your project schedule affects when you change this. Okay, basically from when you do effort driven options, so with that it will your concept will be more clear. Okay, so new task for by default new tasks are effort driven. It is not effort driven. Okay, but if you say fixed works, it is by default take. So for fixed duration and fixed unit, it is not by default. Okay, so we'll come to point what is effort driven. We'll come to that point when we come to the scheduling part. So auto insert more tasks, split in progress tasks. So there's a split. I'll show you the split bar also here. So update manually scheduled tasks when editing link. Okay, tasks will honor their constraints. When we come to the constraint point of view, so if you make any constraint, so that will take the constraint will be applicable to the particular task. Show that scheduled tasks have estimated duration. So estimated duration is, you can see here. Okay, so all is default. You want to change, you can change it, but normally people keep default, and as per their requirement, basically maybe hours or time this get changed normally. Okay, so new scheduled tasks have estimated duration. Yes, we've seen that one. Schedule option, show task schedule warning. Yeah, if there are different warnings are there, so it will show you in the warning. So when you do scheduling, we get to know what these warnings are. Okay, so calculate project after each edit. Whenever you any sort of edit, it is on. So any edit on. For example, if I say here 2 days, so it will get on edit. It is changing the date. Okay, so it's the same thing. What it meant to say? Calculate project after each edit. So on each edit, this is on. That's why that is applicable. Okay, so calculation of project. So for example, updating task, update resource status, insert projects are calculated like summary tasks. Okay, I will come to the summary task. When you come to the how to create tasks, so there will know about summary tasks. And it summary task has subtasks. The subtasks totally get calculated in summary tasks. So we'll get to know how exactly that is. Actual costs are always calculated by project, so that is by default take, and default fixed costs are prorated. Okay, so start, prorated, and end. When we come to the task details, so we'll come to this point. Okay, but by default is prorated. Okay, so we have covered the scheduling. Now we'll go to the advanced. Language is by default English. Okay, advanced tab. Now here set auto filter on for new project. So we can do the filtration option by here. Okay, so that is there. Also, okay, so by default that is on. Rest are the not on. Okay, prompt of project information show, adding users, undo, you can undo at the 20 levels. Okay, back, advice, advice from planning wizard, advice about project using. Okay, you will get different sort of errors and messages. This is nothing but your advice. Okay, automatic added new resource. Okay, default standard rates are rupee. Now you have mentioned their RS, so default is 0 rate. So default means you have to add. This is part when you create new resources. So by default that will be 0 resources. Ours should standard rates and overtime will be 0. So default. So if you want to add default, you can default, but practically there are different resources have different rates. So by default it should be blank only. Okay. Edit all cell drag and drop. Okay, like Excel move selection after this is all Excel sort of options. Edit directly in cell, has submit automated link, etc. Display show number recent project 25s, quick access this recent. Okay, that is until show status bar, show scroll bar, show window task bar, show only indicator, ID matches automatically, add new view, table, filters. Okay, so yes, all are by default. Another thing we can see, okay, display option for this okay, minutes. What is the shortcut? Min. If you type min, you will get min. If you type m, by default you will get minutes will activated. Okay, so this is shortcut key which you have to type. If you say R, you have to type HR. Okay, so if you want to say H, if you type H, it's enough. It will take it as R. Okay, so for month you can say MON. Okay, so either to say MO or MON, up to you. So whatever shortcuts you want to prefer, you can select here. Okay, so 3 shortcuts are given, up to you. So if you say month and if you type MON, it will not come. So if you type MONTH, then only it will come. Okay, add space before label by default. Show project summary task. The by default is not showing. You have to tick for project summary task. Underline hyperlinks. Okay, hyperlink colors, you can change the colors also. Show external success, so external predecessor. Okay, so we'll come to that, how you show the successor and predecessors. Okay, predecessor, this is column here, it is there by default. Okay, so default task earn is in percentage incomplete, and baseline is yeah, there are multiple baselines, so default baseline is baseline. Okay, rest all are unticked. So that is, we covered about the advanced part. So now Customise ribbon. So you know, you have used Excel, MS Excel. So I hope same thing, as you can change in now. For example, this task. Okay, if I say now task bar is there, task ribbon. If I say untick and I say okay, so now it's gone. Okay, so same thing, you can customize your ribbons by just ticking or dragging and drop anything like this, etc. You can do that one. Okay, sort of. And you want to add something, new tab, you can add new tab, up to you. Add and remove. So same like Excel. And quick access toolbar. Now we say here we have save, undo, redo. So save, undo, redo. So if you want to add something like new, okay, or you can say print preview, add. So it will reflect now here. So let's say okay, so you got it, print preview. So back, so you're getting this current task preview. So file, we'll go to once again here. So quick access toolbar, I'll just remove that one. Reset, remove. Okay, add-ins, you can add there are different add-ins for this, which is, I'm going to say, the third-party things you can add in. Touch center, same thing like Excel or Word. You have macro setting, disable all macro, etc., so on. Okay, so majorly we will look on general and your display, your schedule, and advanced, custom ribbon, quick. Okay, schedule, proofing, these are all your same thing like Excel. You can say uppercase, etc., autocorrect option. So someone type R this way, it will come there like this. So if there's spelling mistakes, so it will take auto-corrected, sort of. Okay, saving by default, it will save as MPP file. Okay, and this is default location where it will save. And if you want to say auto save your project, so yes, you can say auto save for 10 minutes. So it will save your project automatically after 10 minutes. Okay, so save active project and all open projects. So if you have multiple open, so that will get also saved. Okay, so hopefully we have covered the major all options. Okay, so whenever you have to create new project, so to make sure you whenever you first do the project information, after completing project information, you have to make it set your options. You have to change what from default to customize. You can check, and then you can move to the your next. You can start with your project planning. Okay, so thanks.